Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my February TBR. I literally can't believe January is almost over. Like, I feel like the new year just happened, but we're already ready to set a TBR for February. You'll see in my January wrap up, but I have done excellent in reading my books on my January TBR. So feeling good about that, ready to set a new TBR. I love doing these because it helps me prioritize books that I have on my physical TBR, which is one of my reading goals for 2025. So we are going to be sticking to the trusty old TBR jar here. I am going to pick 7 prompts today. I am pretty sure I know what my book club book is going to be, so I'll include that in my TBR. And without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm just gonna apologize in advance for the lighting changes. I'm using natural light today and the sun seems to be moving in and out of the clouds, so. All right, if you've been watching me recently, you know that I've been on a big historical fiction kick. I also feel like I've been reading some more nonfiction this month, so I wanna keep up with that. Other than that, I'm just kind of looking to mood read. We'll see what we pick. I honestly don't have anything like huge on my priority TBR for February or like at the front of mind, you know? Okay, I feel like I should replace these prompts soon. Let me know some prompt ideas in the comments. All right, first one is read a book by a female author. Another thing I want to focus on is my 2025 top TBR. I've already read 2 of those this month. I think I'll end the month having read 4, which you can see if you subscribe so that you don't miss my January wrap up. But let's see what I've got on here. These are the 2 books that are jumping out at me. I honestly don't have as many books by female authors on my shelf as I thought, which is a little bit of a bummer, but maybe I just have already read them. I don't know. The first one is Americana. I've had this on my shelf forever, and I think it's like a lit fiction book. It looks like post 9/11, but I would love to read this one. And then this one I just bought yesterday because I have not read it yet. It's been on my like radar for a while, but the cast list just came out for the movie that's coming out in literally 2 years, so I don't know if I want to read this yet, but I'm so curious about the story because the cast list looks amazing. So I don't know, maybe I'll read this one. This one's like a YA fantasy, and I've kind of been wanting to get into a new fantasy series. I'm gonna choose this one right now since I just bought it and I'm really excited about it. Okay, next prompt. I'm trying to get some of the ones that I like haven't picked before. Next one, read a book that is a romance. Okay, this is perfect because February and Valentine's Day. I have a video planned where I read romance books. I did something similar last year, which was really fun. So I am, there's one book I'm thinking of putting on here, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it in time. The book I'm gonna put on here is Heartless by Elsie Silver. This one is on Kindle Unlimited, and I think it will be one of the books that I read in my video. Everybody loves this book, so I just like want to know what it's about. I don't think I'm gonna love it, but I don't know. Sometimes it's fun and silly to read like popular romance books. So we're putting Heartless by Elsie Silver on here for the romance. I will probably end up reading more romance books in February because of Valentine's Day. I feel like I've gotta, but that's what's going on there now. Okay, next prompt is a book that became a movie. Let's see what I've got on my shelf. Okay, these 3 are ones that have either become movies or TV shows, but I'm gonna like count that as the same because they both are like physical like media, I guess. Gosh, I don't know what to choose. I want to read all 3 of them. I think I'm gonna go with The Underground Railroad because this is one that's on my top TBR for 2025. The one other book I read by Colson Whitehead I really enjoyed, so I think I'm gonna really like this one. I definitely want to get to these ones soon, but like I said, I want to prioritize my top 25 for 2025. So I keep saying 25. That list is 24 books. I don't know what I'm talking about. Next book. Okay, next one is read a book that has an award on the cover. Oh, let's see if this one. Oh my gosh. This one does one of the 10 best books from the New York Times. Okay, this one has a New York Times bestseller on it. Oh, this one has Reese's Book Club on it. Okay, these are the 3 that I'm gonna decide between. This one is nonfiction. I shouldn't have like chosen ones I already chose because I do still want to read them, but I actually think I'm gonna choose this one. This one's also on my top TBR for 2025. It's about the burning of this library in California, and it seems like it's told, I don't know, I think it's told in a little bit of a narrative style, so we'll see. I'm very intrigued by this one, so we're gonna add this one. Okay, 3 more prompts. Let's see what we get. Oldest book on my Goodreads TBR. Okay, we're gonna go with oldest book on my Goodreads TBR. Let's see. Okay, I have no books that are, well, here's the thing is that like the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, it's not showing up. Okay, we're gonna pick off my classics list because the ones that I have on there that definitely were published earlier are not showing up because they're like a newer edition of it. So I want to pick one of those. Okay, definitely the oldest one on this list is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which I don't own, but I think I will buy. I saw a really pretty like Barnes & Noble or Penguin Classics, like the cloth bound one at Barnes & Noble yesterday, so maybe I will have to buy that one. And the reason I put this on my TBR is so that I can read James, because I never read the full Huck Finn story in school, and James is like this retelling about one of the characters and won a bunch of awards last year, so I really want to read that one. So that's what we're choosing for that. I always get a little nervous reading classics, but I think I'll be able to understand it, and my mom just read it with her book club, so we can discuss if I need to. Okay, this prompt is uses the name or place of a city in the title. Do I even have any of those? Okay, the only book that I have on this bookshelf that has the city in it is this book, The Sicilian Inheritance. So I guess sort of it says Sicily. This is one that one of my coworkers lent to me. I think she either knows the author or knows someone who's friends with the author. I don't know. It seems interesting. I'm gonna go into this one blind. I really don't know anything about it. All right, we've got one more book. Guys, I love doing these. I always get so sad when I don't have another one to pick, but there will always be more books in the month that I read than on my TBR, just because I've been reading so much recently. Okay, last prompt is has a word in the title related to reading. I love this one. I love reading books about books. So let's see. It probably will be a book that has the word book in it. Okay, I know what I'm putting on the TBR. This book I've been thinking about reading for a while, and it's like a speculative fiction sci-fi book called The Book Eaters, and basically in this universe people have to eat books to survive. Like that's like their form of food pretty much, and then they can like retain all of the content in the book after eating it. So it sounds really interesting. I will probably get this one out of the library because I don't own it, and hopefully I can get the Kindle version actually, because or like get the ebook out of my library, because I remember I almost bought this book and the font in the book was so tiny that I decided not to. So okay, so those are all the books. I have 4 here to go through, and I also have a few that I don't have with me that we'll talk about. So let's just go through these. We'll do reverse order. Before we get into all of these books, I wanted to share with you what my book club book is going to be this month. This is the one that's currently winning the poll, and unless something crazy happens in the next 12 hours, I don't think that will change. The book we will be reading this month is called The Briar Club by Kate Quinn. I'm so excited about this one because I read her book The Rose Code in December and I loved it so much, so I'm so excited to read more by her. It's about female friendships and secrets in a Washington DC boarding house during the McCarthy era. So I am very interested in this. I loved her female characters in The Rose Code. They were so spunky and fun, and I love a book about female friendship. I feel like that's more rare than like a romance novel, so I think this one is going to be great. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so that's where I will be reading it. For my prompt of book by a female author, I chose Children of Blood and Bone. This is the first in a trilogy, and this is a fantasy book. It looks like magic has disappeared and the main character is trying to bring it back, so I am very excited about this one. I hope it is as good as everyone says it is, which I kind of feel like it will be. For my romance pick, I chose Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is like a cowboy small town romance, also on Kindle Unlimited, so that's where I'll be reading that one. Then for a book that became a movie, I chose The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. This one I think was a TV show, but I am excited to read this and watch it because I haven't done that in a while. I love seeing adaptations of books, so I think this one will be great. It's on my top TBR for the year. Excited to get to this one. Then for my, this one is for a book with an award on the title, and this one is Reese's Book Club. It also says #1 national bestseller. This is a nonfiction book about a library burning down in San Francisco in the 80s. So I think it'll be interesting. It seems like a novel. I couldn't tell for a while if it was nonfiction or fiction, so I'm excited to get into this one. A lot of red books this month. Interesting. Okay, and then for a book with a place in the title, I chose The Sicilian Inheritance. Let's actually see what this is about. Sarah travels to Italy after her great aunt's death and learns about her family secrets. Sounds interesting. I do love a little like family mystery drama book. Okay, last 2 were oldest book in my Goodreads TBR. I chose The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. This is a classic and I don't know much more about it than that. Interested to find out more what this is about, I will be watching some like crash course videos and stuff when I'm done, so I can get the full like classroom reading experience that I would have gotten had I read this all the way in school. And then the last one I chose was The Book Eaters for the prompt. It has a word in the title related to reading, so that one is about the society where everybody has to eat books in order to survive, and then once they eat the book they get all that information. So those are all the books on my February TBR. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way until the end. Let me know if you've read any of these. Would love to know your thoughts. Let me know which ones I should get to first. I feel like we've got a good stack with a lot of variety in it, which I try to do every month since I love to read pretty much any genre. So let me know your thoughts down below. Would love to chat about these books, any book you're reading, pretty much anything. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.